What if the life you're living right now is just one of infinite possibilities, and your thoughts are the remote control? What if the reality you experience isn't fixed, but fluid, constantly being molded by your inner world? This isn't just about positive thinking. It's about unlocking your potential to create a life you truly desire, free from the limitations you've unknowingly accepted. It's about stepping into the driver's seat of your own existence. Consider this. Every moment of every day, you are bombarded with information. Your senses are flooded, but your mind only registers a fraction of it. What determines what you notice, what you filter out? It's your thoughts, your beliefs, your expectations. They act as a lens, shaping your perception and coloring your experience. This isn't some abstract concept. It's the foundation of how your reality is constructed. Think of it as wearing a specific pair of glasses. If they're rose-tinted, everything looks brighter, more optimistic. If they're dark and smudged, the world seems bleak and hostile. Your thoughts are those glasses. Now, let's get practical. Imagine you have a looming deadline at work. The thought "I'm going to fail" triggers a cascade of emotions. Anxiety, fear, overwhelm. These emotions fuel behaviors: procrastination, avoidance, self-doubt. The result? You're more likely to miss the deadline, confirming your initial thought and reinforcing the negative cycle. But what if you shift that initial thought to "I can handle this," one step at a time? The emotions shift to determination, focus, and confidence. The behaviors become proactive, efficient, and solution-oriented. The outcome? You meet the deadline, proving your new belief and empowering you to tackle future challenges. This is the thought-emotion-behavior cycle in action, constantly shaping your world. But here's where it gets really interesting. What if your perception of reality is skewed, not by objective facts, but by hidden biases within your own mind? Cognitive biases are systematic errors in thinking that distort our judgment and decision-making. Confirmation bias, for example, leads us to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs, while ignoring evidence to the contrary. The availability heuristic makes us overestimate the likelihood of events that are easily recalled, such as those that are vivid or recent. These biases act as blind spots, preventing us from seeing the world as it truly is and limiting our potential. Imagine trying to navigate a city with a faulty map. You're bound to get lost. And what about the thoughts lurking beneath the surface, the subconscious beliefs that you're not even aware of? Think of your mind as an iceberg. The conscious thoughts, the ones you actively control, are just the tip. The vast majority lies hidden beneath the water. Your subconscious mind, a reservoir of beliefs, memories, and emotions that exerts a powerful influence on your thoughts and actions. These subconscious beliefs, often formed in childhood, can sabotage your conscious efforts to create positive change. Imagine trying to sail a boat with a massive anchor dragging beneath the surface. You might make some progress, but you'll never reach your full potential. But is it possible to cut the anchor? If thoughts create our reality, why isn't everyone rich and happy? What if the thoughts you're having aren't even your own? What if your mind has been subtly programmed by societal conditioning, media influence, and limiting beliefs passed down through generations? And what if there were techniques to not only recognize these patterns, but rewrite them, to consciously program your subconscious mind and finally step into your power? What if something like the placebo effect is just a small sliver of proof, a glimpse into the potential power of our beliefs to influence our physical reality, to bend reality? Imagine if you could tap into deeper levels of consciousness, amplify the power of your thoughts, and deliberately manifest your desires. That's what we're exploring. So, you see how easily a single thought can set off a chain reaction. But the real kicker is how these reactions become amplified over time. It's not just a one-off event, it's a self-perpetuating cycle. Think of it like this. That negative thought triggers a negative emotion, let's say anxiety. Anxiety then leads to avoidance behavior. You start procrastinating, avoiding the task altogether. This avoidance reinforces the initial negative thought. See, I knew I couldn't do it. The cycle repeats, each loop strengthening the negative association, Let's bring this into the real world. Imagine you're prepping for a job interview. If your initial thought is, "I'm not qualified for this job," anxiety kicks in. You might avoid preparing thoroughly. Your body language will reflect the stress. This then impacts your interview performance, leading to a rejection. This reinforces the "I'm not good enough" belief. On the flip side, if your initial thought is "I'm well prepared and capable," confidence surges. You prepare diligently, your body language is confident, and you ace the interview. This reinforces the "I'm capable" belief, proving how critical these thoughts are. These cycles create powerful feedback loops. Positive loops propel you forward, while negative loops trap you in stagnation. Ever notice how successful people seem to attract more success? It's not just luck. Their positive mindset creates a loop of opportunity, action, and reward. Similarly, those stuck in a rut often find it hard to escape. A before and after case study. A student struggling with math anxiety, believing they were inherently bad at it. After consistently practicing positive self-talk, "I can learn this with effort," and breaking down problems into manageable steps, they not only improved their grades, but also developed a genuine interest in the subject. They broke free from the negative loop. And here's the crucial point. You are not a passive victim of these cycles. You have the power to interrupt them, to take personal responsibility for your thoughts and behaviors. Instead of letting that negative thought control you, choose to challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought actually true? Is there evidence to support it? What's the worst that could happen? And what's the best? By consciously intervening, you can redirect the cycle and start creating positive momentum. Now, let's talk about those insidious limiting beliefs. What exactly are they? They are those deeply ingrained, often unconscious assumptions about yourself and the world that hold you back. They're the invisible ceilings you've built for yourself. Limiting beliefs often stem from childhood experiences, a critical parent, a traumatic event, or societal conditioning. The earlier you internalize these beliefs, the stronger their hold on your reality. Here are some common examples. "I'm not good enough." "I don't deserve success." "Money is the root of all evil." "Relationships are always painful." "I'm not smart enough to achieve my dreams." Do any of those sound familiar? These beliefs can manifest in various ways, limiting your career prospects, sabotaging your relationships, and even affecting your physical health. A limiting belief about money, for instance, can lead to self-sabotaging financial decisions, even if you consciously desire wealth. You might unconsciously avoid opportunities for advancement, or you may overspend, always ensuring that you remain within your self-imposed limitations. These beliefs shape what we call our default reality. It's the reality we unconsciously create based on our internal programming. If you believe you're unworthy of love, you might unconsciously attract partners who confirm that belief, perpetuating a cycle of disappointment. Or, if you believe that the world is a dangerous place, you might constantly perceive threats and dangers, even when they don't exist. It is like your mind is constantly searching for evidence to back up these beliefs, becoming your reality. So, how do we break free? Cognitive restructuring, often used in cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, offers a powerful set of tools to challenge and change these beliefs. CBT is based on the idea that our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are interconnected, and by changing our thoughts, we can change our feelings and behaviors. The initial step is identifying negative thoughts, which is more difficult than it seems. Many times these thoughts happen so quickly we don't even realize it. Here's a step-by-step guide to cognitive restructuring. First, identify the negative thought. Write it down. What triggers it? What are you doing or thinking when it arises? Second, challenge its validity. Ask yourself, is there any real evidence to support this thought? Are there alternative explanations? Am I making any assumptions or exaggerations? Third, replace it with a more positive and realistic thought. This isn't about blindly adopting Pollyannish optimism, but about finding a more balanced and accurate perspective. For example, if the thought is, "I'm going to fail this presentation," you might replace it with, "I've prepared well, and I'm capable of delivering a good presentation. Even if I make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. CBT research consistently demonstrates its effectiveness in treating anxiety, depression, and a variety of other mental health issues. Studies show that cognitive restructuring can significantly reduce negative thought patterns, improve emotional regulation, and enhance overall well-being. For example, individuals with social anxiety who undergo CBT learn to challenge their negative thoughts about social situations, leading to increased confidence and reduced avoidance behaviors. Even though there is ample evidence, remember that changing your thought patterns is extremely hard, so don't get discouraged. One common challenge is difficulty identifying negative thoughts in the first place. They can be so automatic that you don't even realize they're there. To overcome this, try practicing mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings throughout the day. Another common challenge is resistance to changing beliefs. You might feel like your negative beliefs are part of who you are. Remember that you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are simply mental events that pass through your mind. Now, let's move on to affirmations and visualization. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself regularly to reprogram your subconscious mind. The science behind affirmations lies in the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Repetition of positive statements can create new neural pathways, strengthening positive thought patterns and weakening negative ones. To write effective affirmations, use the present tense. I am successful, not I will be successful. Be specific. I am a confident and skilled public speaker. And focus on positive outcomes. I attract abundance and prosperity. The more specific, the easier it is for the mind to visualize. Visualization enhances the power of affirmations by vividly imagining your desired outcome. Create a mental movie of yourself achieving your goals, experiencing the positive emotions associated with success. This strengthens your belief in its possibility and programs your subconscious mind for success. Spend 510 minutes each day visualizing your goals, focusing on the sights, sounds, and feelings associated with achieving them. However, affirmations and visualizations are not magic bullets. They need to be integrated with real-world action. You can't just sit around repeating affirmations and expect your dreams to magically materialize. You need to take concrete steps towards your goals, even if they're small at first. Affirmations and visualizations work best when they align with your subconscious beliefs. If there's a conflict between your conscious desires and your subconscious beliefs, your efforts may be sabotaged. For example, if you consciously affirm, I am wealthy, but subconsciously believe that money is evil, your subconscious mind will resist your efforts to attract wealth. In this case, you might need to start with smaller, more believable affirmations, such as, I am open to receiving abundance, or I deserve to be financially secure. Once your subconscious mind becomes more receptive, you can gradually increase the intensity of your affirmations. Finally, let's address the external influences that are constantly shaping our thoughts and beliefs. We live in a world saturated with information, and much of it is designed to manipulate our perceptions and control our behavior. Societal programming, media influence, advertising, and social media all play a role in shaping our thoughts and beliefs, often without our conscious awareness. The concept of manufactured consent, popularized by Edward Herman and Noam Chomsky, describes how the media can manipulate our perception of reality by selectively reporting information and framing events in a way that serves the interests of powerful elites. By controlling the narrative, they can influence public opinion and shape our beliefs about everything from politics to economics to social issues. To protect yourself from these external influences, it's essential to develop critical thinking skills. Question everything you hear and see. Don't blindly accept information without evaluating its source, credibility, and potential biases. Fact-check claims, do your own research, and seek out diverse perspectives. Remember that the media is not always neutral. It often has an agenda, whether it's political, economic, or ideological. Learning to identify these agendas can help you to better understand the information you consume. Reclaiming your mind in a world saturated with external influences requires constant vigilance and self-awareness. It's like tending a garden. If you don't actively cultivate it, weeds, negative influences, will take over. You need to regularly weed out negative thoughts, plant positive seeds, and nurture your mind with nourishing information. So let's revisit radical responsibility. You have the power to shape your reality. It's not about denying the existence of external forces, but about taking control of your inner world and choosing your response to those forces. Are you ready to question your assumptions about the nature of reality? Is reality fixed, or is it malleable, constantly being shaped by your thoughts and beliefs? The concept of as within, so without suggests that our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. By changing our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, we can change our external circumstances. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a fundamental principle of reality creation. By addressing internal conflicts, healing emotional wounds, and cultivating positive beliefs, we can transform our relationships, our careers, and our lives. You've got everything you need to go out and do this right now. It is an invitation to step into your power. An invitation to question everything you think you know, to challenge your limiting beliefs, and to create a life that truly reflects your authentic self. The journey won't be easy, but the rewards are immeasurable. So, are you ready to embrace the power of your thoughts and start shaping your reality? Because next, we're going to delve into tools like hypnosis, subliminal messaging, and shadow work to reprogram the subconscious mind with positive beliefs, the ultimate cheat codes for rewriting your reality. So, let's delve into these ultimate cheat codes for rewriting your reality, starting with a recap of our core question: can thoughts shape reality? The answer, as we've explored, is a resounding yes. However, it's not about manifesting a new car simply by wishing for it. It's about understanding the intricate interplay between our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and using that knowledge to consciously create positive change in our lives. It's about cognitive processes, emotional regulation, and behavioral shifts that are proven and consistent. Think back to the thought-emotion-behavior cycle we discussed. This is where the rubber meets the road. By mastering this cycle, you gain tangible control over your experiences. Take a moment to reflect on a specific negative pattern in your life. Perhaps it's a tendency to procrastinate, a fear of public speaking, or a pattern of attracting unhealthy relationships. Now, consider how you could apply the cognitive restructuring and emotional regulation techniques we've explored to break that pattern. What negative thoughts are fueling it? How can you challenge their validity and replace them with more positive and realistic alternatives? Imagine the feeling of accomplishment as you see yourself breaking free from these negative patterns. Now, let's shift our focus to the subconscious mind, the silent architect of our default reality. It's like the autopilot that guides our lives, often without our conscious awareness. By identifying and reprogramming limiting beliefs, those deeply ingrained assumptions about ourselves and the world, we can change our unconscious patterns and create a more positive baseline experience. It is as simple as realizing you are not what you were told you were. This realization leads to a fundamental perspective transformation. Shifting from feeling like a passive victim of circumstances to an active creator of your reality. Understanding cognitive biases, societal programming, and external influences empowers you to make conscious choices and take radical responsibility for your life. You're no longer just a passenger on a runaway train. You're the engineer, capable of charting your own course. Are you going to let others choose your destination? But the impact extends far beyond your individual life. By improving your own thoughts and beliefs, you contribute to a more positive collective consciousness, creating a ripple effect that influences others and fosters a more harmonious world. Remember the as within, so without concept. It's not just a catchy phrase, it's a fundamental truth. Addressing internal conflicts and negative beliefs leads to improved relationships, greater success, and overall well-being. It truly starts with you. Embracing radical responsibility means taking full ownership of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, recognizing that you are the architect of your own reality. But let's be real. This is a long-term game, not a quick fix. There will be setbacks, doubts, and moments when you feel like giving up. The key is to remain patient, persistent, and compassionate with yourself. Treat yourself like you would treat a dear friend struggling with a similar challenge. Continued practice is essential. Here's a final technique for dissolving deeply ingrained limiting beliefs, a guided self-compassion exercise. Close your eyes for a moment and bring to mind a specific limiting belief that's been holding you back. Now, imagine that you're offering comfort and support to a younger version of yourself who first internalized that belief. What would you say to them? How would you reassure them? Feel the warmth of your own compassion washing over you, releasing any negative self-judgments and fostering self-acceptance. The only way to grow is to know. And let's not forget the external influences that are constantly bombarding us with negativity. Take actionable steps to minimize their impact. Curate your social media feed, limiting exposure to negative news, and actively seeking out positive and uplifting content. Surround yourself with people who support your growth and inspire you to become your best self. It is time to nurture your garden. So, let's return to those initial questions we posed at the beginning of this video. Do thoughts really shape reality? Yes, but not through magical thinking. It requires conscious effort, cognitive restructuring, emotional regulation, and behavioral changes. Can you really reprogram your subconscious mind? Absolutely, with techniques like affirmations, visualization, and yes, even hypnosis, which is just a fancy way of accessing your subconscious mind. And can you truly create a life that reflects your authentic self? Without a doubt, the power is within you. Feel empowered and hopeful about your ability to create positive change in your life. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. There are countless stories of people who have overcome adversity and achieved success by consciously directing their thoughts and beliefs. You are capable of so much more than you think, and I, and many others, truly believe that. Now that you understand the power of your thoughts, how will you use it to create the life you truly desire? What steps will you take today to start shaping your reality? There are many unexplored territories to consider. I suggest you consider diving into advanced cognitive techniques, exploring the connection between mind and body, and learning more about subconscious reprogramming. Share your experiences, insights, and questions in the comments section below. What are your biggest limiting beliefs, and what steps are you taking to overcome them? And to fuel that fire for continued growth and learning, in the next video, we will cover the science of the subconscious mind and advanced manifestation practices.